Hi guys, welcome to your Creole channel where we teach about computer, NIC and networking. So if you're new to this channel, my name is Ishmael Kamara. I'm an IT engineer. So if you're new to this channel also, don't forget to click the subscribe button and click the notification button. So anytime we put a new video, you will get notified. Also, don't forget to share, like, and comment. So today we will talk about essential networking devices you need for a seamless network. So we will try to talk about like the way you need, things the way you need for build a network, things the way you need we will make the network work perfectly. You understand? So in this sense, we mostly focus on setting network in schools, offices, campuses, like those environments, right? So which are the things that we will need we could able make this network function normally? Now we can talk about today. So one, we get which we call a repeater. Sorry. We get what we call a repeater. He said a repeater amplifies the signal to extend the range of a network. They are useful in a large network where devices are spaced far apart. So, what you need to try to talk about a repeater. A repeater is also a network extender. For example, if you in your living room, right? Okay, let us say the main house, you network or the Wi-Fi inside the main house, then you in your backyard. But the Wi-Fi no dey reach na your backyard, like you say you na your swimming pool, the one they swim for connect to the Wi-Fi na the main house, or you dey beer they get you barbecue, the Wi-Fi no dey connect. So what you do, you either need a repeater or also it's a wireless extender. So this thing, they can take the Wi-Fi network outside is stop and extend them go outside you want them. For example, if your Wi-Fi network stop na domot, then you can place this repeater or Wi-Fi extender na that domot outside the Wi-Fi stop. You put this there, you connect out with the Wi-Fi. Then in the begin send signal now beyond that point they go forward. So that means you go able then a swimming pool, now your backyard, so you connect to the Wi-Fi. So this is now one of the things. So if you see, for example, here, this is a wireless card one, right? So now the network is between this wireless card to the laptop. So now this one now I extend them because if you see number 2, it's the main Wi-Fi. You understand? It's the main Wi-Fi or repeater. Okay, now number 2 now the gateway, the main gateway. Like let us say your Wi-Fi router where you get now. So now this number 2 in a circle, so now the main internet. So just like I say, so you find out say it stop now here is stop. Now here the Wi-Fi stop. So now they want this one, let us say 3, 4, 5, 6. So you get some other devices then who you want to then connect to the network not the reach. So that's why you see then come and we install which we call a repeater. So if you see the repeater now, this repeater now can take the signal from the gateway. Now the repeater they extend the network now to number 6, number 5. You understand? So they use a second repeater, which is up here. It can take the signal from the main gateway, then they extend them, come to this, they extend and come to this. So if you see this now use, you must don't see this one, it's most common right now. You understand? Some put another sockets, some you need for connect and for charger. So like I say, the things that we need, which we talk about, is the essential network devices you need for a seamless network. So one, we talk about repeater, like we just said, a repeater or Wi-Fi extender. Now a thing where they continue your Wi-Fi signal beyond usai no reach. Just like the example we give, we can use this one. You see, for example, this now you wireless network, number one. This now Wi-Fi na use. So the Wi-Fi stop na yaso, right? Then computer then also you see, they not get signal. But they know then at the range usai this day. So that's why you see they install this repeater, one, they put another repeater two. So then they take the signal from the gateway, then they continue for sharing. That is repeater or Wi-Fi extender. Now we move to the next slide. The second one, we talk about hub. So it said a hub connects multiple devices within a network and manage data flow. So we get different type of hubs. We get passive hub, which is act as a conduit for data without amplifying it. You understand? So the type of hub we'll try for talk. This is passive. Passive mean you just the same network in a sense like if you say network here, you can come here, you pass here, you come here, you pass here, you come here, you pass here. You understand? You don't get nothing for push them out. You understand? But now if we talk about the second type of hub, which is active, it's amplify the signal. It's increase the signal for able move around, right? That's why I say it amplify signals to ensure they reach all connected device. So it means if you send the signal from this port one, it boosts the signal and make sure say the signal reach to this last connector to the computer we connect on this side. In the boost the signal because it active, passive, in all they do anything. It's like a normal route. If you're not passive up, you just the sender here, you broadcast sender here, you come here. So when you send one message, this go receive, this go receive, this go receive, this go receive. These are all computers, right? So this is passive. This is the main computer, or this one will send message, this go get, right? So in the case of active boosts the signal in a sense like it make it move fast to the actual device, right? Passive not gets anything where they do. So whether the signal weak is strong, in just relaxing them or the watch waiting they happen. But active now it help for make the signal move fast and be stable. So the third one we talk about intelligent hub. It said it provides data filtering and managing features, enhancing network efficiency. So intelligent hub means they filter the data. The example, if you send something here for this specific port, in they provide they filter the data. Which like mean if this now for this port you send them for, in the organize and shift the package, make sure see the two you send from this side can directly to this person. So if this one says send, it makes sure say filter them, everybody receive in on package. You understand? But normally people use up for connect so many things. So normally right now we normally use an active up. In most cases, like if you want to put printers together, you understand? You want to put printers together. So as you see the diagram, this is the main hub. So when you send, you get a passive, active hub, and intelligent hub. So once again, a hub is there to connect. It connects multiple devices, right? Like for example, most cases will use this. If you choose the type, the one mostly they use this type passive, active. So it will help for boost the signal. This one normally. So that means if you get your computer, then you get your printer. Let us say this now your printer, right? Then you get a server. A server is one computer where you keep all your software, your files when are they go to retrieve, right? Then you get another big desktop computer. You understand? So now you want to put them together. In a sense, then we will send information This laptop will able print. This laptop will able print to the printer here. So what you do, you connect them. You put one also with RJ45 cable, which we talked about the previous one. You connect the printer, then you connect the laptop also with cable and this big desktop. So you find out, see, all of them don't connect. So it means now this printer, this big desktop, he will send prints. It can through the hub. Then, in a sense, like it boosts the signal, it send them to the printer. Then it can come out now the printer. So if again this laptop needs something from the server, which is this one, then this laptop they send information inside the hub. So the signal they reach the server, then the server they reply back. You understand? So that is the use of hub. So normally to connect too many devices. So now we're talking about bridge. So it's a bridge connect multiple networks, allowing devices within each networks to communicate. Type of bridge include transparent bridge. It forward data based on MAC address without altering content. You have source bridge. It uses routes information to determine the best path for the data. So a bridge, as you see in the diagram, it connects network, right? You know, we talk about the point to point on the last video, point to point network, right? This point to point network, na bridge we dey use in a sense. When we talk about, you say the headquarter na Freeton, with the headquarter na Bo. So it is a bridge with the middle for connect them all two, right? So the bridge, we have two types. So it just depends which type of bridge you want. Like for example, you say the transparent bridge, it's use MAC address. MAC address means every device gets their own address. You understand? So if you get your phone, you go, you look setting device information, it's the same MAC address. Each device, electronic device, get MAC address, whether it be phone, whether it be tablet, whether it be laptop, desktop computers, whether it be any electronics, routers, switches. So it means the actual MAC address where that device they get, if not transparent bridge now they use, it can only connect and forward things them by that address there. Imagine MAC address now the address of the device itself, right? Okay, like your example. So it's like your host address and your phone number, right? So it means if we use now in real life scenario, if we use a bridge which is transparent bridge, now this bridge where they connect you will use your phone number for send information to you. That's if we use transparent bridge. Now, if we use source bridge, which is it's use the routing information, which is for send data. That means your house address. So if they look for the easiest road, or easy for can deliver na your house address. You understand? So it's a two different thing. The one use your personal number, the other one they use the general number, because also computers get address within they assign then are through the network. But the MAC address is a personal address where the device can with. So that's why in a real life scenario, if we use transparent bridge for connect network, so waiting the network they do for share information, now the MAC address of the device. So like I say, if you're not transparent in real life, now your personal phone number, now you need to send the information. So let us say they use a source bridge. You understand? Source bridge means now the route that you host address where they can deliver. So waiting source bridge they do, they look for the nearest route, the shortest way for good deliver the information to you. So which is they use the network. So if you see here, it's a routing information. Routing information means network, because network we use routing format. You understand? So you use the route, the easiest, the shortest route. So if you see here now in the diagram now, you see, let me change the color of the pen. So you see the diagram now. So this you see now one network, right? This is another network. So let us say this bridge way they use, not transparent bridge, right? No use here for transparent bridge, right? So now, if this PC, this host or this computer A wants send message to computer C, right? So waiting computer C they use now the MAC address, a personal address where this device come with from the manufacturer, the MAC address. 9 this computer A they use for able identify. So since you don't join, this bridge they recognize all the device them inside their addresses them. So if you're not transparent to the use now A go use the MAC address, the personal number where all electronics devices where they use network or internet gets, and the manufacturer they give them the number then they. So now would they use them if they use transparent bridge. So you go see use the MAC address, they deliver the message. So it is the same if now the transparent bridge you still use when D one communicates to B, it use the MAC address of B in personal number we store at the bridge. Now it use, right? Which is for transparent. So let us say we talk about now source. We talk about source bridge, right? Now source bridge means the easiest route for send. For example, now let us say A1 send message to D. You understand? So it defend the easiest route. So waiting at the easiest route, because this is just a small diagram, it's like it is send and here, then this they recognize the IP address for Canada. So because our routing method we use, it must get IP address, which is the network address, internet protocol address when this D get. So it not mean say they use again the personal number, you understand, where the device come with. Now the network address, just like we give in the real life scenario, transparent bridge is responsible for letting go left message to your personal number. Source bridge is responsible like when they deliver, that they use your network information, which is the IP address. Then when they don't know your address, then find the shortest route we near, we easy for deliver the message. So that is bridge. So we move to the next slide. Now we're talking about switch. So we say network switches. Network switches are the network hardware that connect multiple devices with a network, ensuring efficient data transfer and managing network traffic. So now you see, if I can go back, you see this switch you see and say is the similar thing, one similar with hub, right? But the problem with hub you know they able manage hub. There is no configuration for manage the hub for tell them what they do. You understand? So it just start like when people end in a line. You understand? People end up in a line. Let us say people end in a line like this. So as a security, you just need to say, tell the people and say, okay, let us say one, if on a passive hub they use, not say in the security. So you just did there no more. You the security, let us put you in the green ink for let you understand this. So you see, if you're in the security now you did it, you just they watch the people waiting and they do. You just want no more, you just they watch you, then they follow the line, then slow the team up, right? So if it be saying in the case of passive hub, you just now you don't change. The security will tell them, so now move fast, now go fast, now go, now go, now go. You tell them. You understand? Now, if you're an intelligent hub will they use in this case, in the able identify, say, okay, you side come, who's appointment we get say go under, use appointment we go under, so now they do. So it not get the management for such people, but they put everybody in one line. Everybody there in one line. So unless you come in front of him, he asks you in that, if they use intelligence up, say use appointment, so you can't see doctor, go this way. Either you can't see a teacher, go this way, right? Intelligence up. If in an active up, it means, hey, move fast, una move fast, una move fast. The line don't move. That it tell you waiting for do. If in a passive up, in just the map day, you know they look on yourself. If una can slow, una can. So you see the difference. So you know they able manage up. You know they able manage. You just like the up itself gets you on a three type. If you just want the one who just did normally send information you have, you use passive. If you want the one where be say it help for push the message fast, you use active up. But if you want the one who will come at the end, so okay, this is not the message, now this person gets and like yam, you can use intelligence up. But now the difference between this up and switch, which is I want to tell you, is like the up, you know, the able manager. You know, they able control the traffic, just like I get the scenario for the line. Everybody we can see, doctor, teachers, whatever things, they all in one line. You enable manager, you enable sorter. So here comes the difference now. When we talk about network, we talk about network switch. So a network switch now, it get a lot of ports then normally. You understand? We get ports we now 24 ports. 24 ports, I think 36 ports. You understand? 36 ports. So it depends. It depends how many ports that you want to use, how many devices that you get for connect. So in a network switch now, this is responsible, like you say, network switch are the network hardwares that connect multiple devices within a network, ensuring efficient data transfer and managing, you see, managing the network traffic. So in a network switch, we're different from hub. Hub will not get management, right? Here we manage the traffic I the camp. For example, if they load the camp for specific site, we know how to sort it out. If people end in at the line, we know how to sort it out. We get control. We go tell them if then they pass na this line or na only this line. You understand? So which is in normal configuration, we can block some unused ports. You can configure say them ports they are not they use them. Now I only use these few ports. You understand? We control how the traffic the kind side. Traffic means how people in the use information office. People who they use them computer. If there's so many, they control that. You understand? And in this case, he said it serves as a central point to which all devices in a network can connect. Switches manage the flow of data across the network by receiving information data and determine the appropriate destination based on the MAC address. So also in this one, like we talk about when we talk about bridge, right? So you see bridge, it comes with the personal number. When we talk about transparent bridge, it's use the MAC address, and the MAC address they use that the personal number where the manufacturer give that device, because every, like I say, every electronics device where they use network, where they use internet, or where you get for use with internet, getting MAC address, that is a personal, just like phone, where they give the other way in a personal communication and gets IME number. All phone gets IME number. Most advanced one, not the button phone, right? So for network side, because normally in this case, we try for learn about network. So when it comes to network, all device get a network card. We get a specific number with the manufacturer gear and fix. And then a number than they just like anybody we get date of birth. It fixed when you born at your date of birth. You're not able to change and nobody not able to take them from you, right? So this one, it also use the MAC address. MAC address, you understand? So for example, if then gets in the office, you must don't see this in the office. If you work in the office or you go for appointment, whosoever go for appointment in offices, you go know. So let us say you get a computer in the office, right? All the computer here connects to this switch. All connect. So now this switch we able control them, right? we control this switch. So we able to control which traffic, if these people can communicate with this, which is we get for talk about the feature about, we're talking about VLAN, virtual local area network. You understand? We able shape this one, like we get the control over this, like we able control this, we able manage and say, now like where it is, so everybody can communicate. But we still get the power for say no, you not they talk to them one there. So it creates another set of people in where you still connect at the network, telling us okay, this both set will talk. For example, if the accountant and the finance team, let us say this is not the accounting team, right? This is not the finance team. You understand? So you know say they relate, because if they talk about money, this they try to organize about money. So when you connect, like in a big office, there are people who they work as accountants, and the one doing at the finance team, right? Now erase this so you see clear. So let's put them back here. Let us use the short diagram like this. So let us say this one, this is not the accounting team. Then the one that are the finance team, this. Right? Now say these two na HR. Right? Human resource. This na the finance team, this. So all of them connect. So the use of this one is for connecting at the network. Then we get control for manage. You understand? We get the control, like he said, we managing network traffic. So now, when then they so plain, everybody can send message. The accounting team can get access to the finance team files, and the accounting team can get access to the HR files. But we still get that kind of power for manage say no. I only want let the accounting team they get access to the finance team, and the finance team to the account, because they do the same job, related job, they talk about the same thing. So which is we talk about in the future, we will talk about VLAN, virtual LAN, virtual local area network. So now we can put division here. We create a different VLAN that can we do only give the access, say the accounting team could talk to the finance team, because they are job related, because the one they talk about money, the one they talk about how to organize money. So which is the HR, it only there for employed people, right? So it means if you add another thing, you will put the CEO on the network. You can add the CEO, so you can let the CEO get communication, share personality with the HR. So that means in a switch, we get management, we able control which ports we they use, which ports we know they use. You understand? We don't have to talk with each other, we don't have to talk with each other, how the speed they come, how the traffic they come, how they organize them for let problem or the network not slow, right? So in hub, we will make example, we not get control. You understand? So let's make a real life scenario, you understand? So in switch, so for example, let us say these are people in one line, right? They're all in one line. So they account for different things. Whether can see doctor, whether can see teacher. So now in switch, we get a restriction. So they say whether can see doctor like kind of line one, the only can two line. Whether can see teacher like kind of line two, the only can two line, right? Then we separate them. We can tell them, so okay, you again we just come buy medicine, can line three, but una go by under, not join the one then I so. Line one and line two, una stay together. So it's just like you see, you get the control, you manage them. So now you sort everybody in order. You put line one and line two together. Then you tell line three, say no, una go team up by under. So now the use of a switch, network switch, meaning when you connect the computers, all the computers there, you can separate the people that you connect. If you connect the HR team, the people who work finance, accounting, whosoever, you're able to sort them out, that not to everybody forget access to the other people. Imagine say you connect employees na the network, then with the CEO, then the employee gets access for C, all waiting the CEO they do na in computer, because it more get access for C if you connect the switch ordinary. So you see, enough fear enough, right? So that's why we do normally in the future we talk about the VLAN, virtual local area network. So that's why this come in play. But in the future, when we start configuration, we're not going to understand this thing. So, but the use of the switch, we get control. And everybody will recognize them by a MAC address. You understand? Because this is a network switch. Now the MAC address we didn't know. The main number will come with the device. It is stored, right? So now the MAC address we take, we store. Then when information they can now, we give a specific number now, which is the internet protocol for reach the person, right? So now the use of a switch it connects many devices, you get control over that. It's the central device, right? You put her in the middle, you connect your printer, you connect computer, server also like the hub. But the hub, like we say, we not get control. You know able manage them. You know able tell when the traffic for go for separate people that for get access. So that's why you see the hub ain't first be there. But because of too much collusion, like traffic jam, imagine say you send for print, and they send documents, and they send picture. So you see the network they freeze, too much traffic, right? So now they advance and say, no, make a switch. Or they make this one or make a more advanced. We get control. We know how they control the traffic. We know who that for talk to that. Then the other ports them we empty. We can lock them, let it not work. The other one then they work. Then hackers or somebody can at the office, you can't use the network unnecessarily or take advantage of the network. So that's why the network switch there for, right? So once again, network switch, we use them for connect lot of devices together, right? We get management over that. We able controller, we able configure them, command them, tell them any way for do. So it recognize everybody by your personal MAC address, right? So that is a network switch. So now we have a different type of switch. If you see, we have a similar like the hub. Now the type of switches they are different. If you see, let me change the color to another color so you see clearly. Now we get the first switch we get on manage. You see on manage, you say is a plug and play, ideal for basic connectivity, right? So it's similar to hub. This you not get control. You just like unmanaged. You see now as the name unmanaged, you not go able to manage them. You just go buy them. You can't put her, you fix and just connect your printer. You understand? So normally we use this one in a network like you want to connect your printers and your server together. Let everybody able print on one printer. You understand? So it's easy. You don't need to manage this one. You just go buy them, can put them, plug your computer, your printer, your server. That's it. As you said on manage switch, so you're not able to control them. Similar to the hub, you understand? So the second one is manage switch, you understand? Allow configuration for advanced setting. So like what we explain. This one, when you buy, you the configure. Configure means you put settings. Tell them waiting for do. Just like we explained. Order for communicate, order for share files. This not for see this one. Control how the traffic they can inside so the network not slow down. You understand? That is the manage switch. Now we go to the third one, which is smart switch, which is limited management option, balancing simplicity with some control feature, right? So this one is smart because you not get too much management, just like manage switch. You not get too much configuration, a few options. You understand? You not get a lot of things where you go do with them, right? So not just a few things like limited management option, it's balance simplicity. So you understand with control features. So you not get much. So we talk about layer 2 switch. Layer 2 switch is deep, but we have to talk about it more advanced. It more operates on the data link layer, handling local traffic within. So it's the same of the previous one we talked. This is layer 2 switch. A layer 2 switch, when you talk about layer 2 switch, it's only responsible for MAC address. MAC address, now like I said, the personal address of the device, whether it's laptop, tablet, phones, when it comes to networking section, and the address will be recognized. So it's layer 2. So it's only responsible. This one responsible for send, switch responsible only for handle data, right? That means if you want to send files, picture to this, to this, to this, now so in the handle the traffic is only responsible. That is layer 2. Layer 2. So now if you go back, now layer 2 means it operates on the data link layer. It handles local traffic within the network. So we have a layer 2. So if you let us say the build a network, you get to understand this. So you get for say, if they say they need layer 2 switch, which you get for need. A layer 2 switch is normally for distribute the package. For example, if somebody sends something from you or to you inside the office, then when the thing they come up from the internet, or you come to it connecting on the same network, this device, the layer 2, you understand, it's just like phone. The phone then different. You get certain phone where they use WhatsApp, the other one we know they use WhatsApp. So in this case of switches, is the same. We talk about the one on manage. This is not get for do nothing. Buy, plug and play, finish. Manage switch. We get lots of configuration what they do. Also, the layer 2 get is a managed switch also. We they do configuration there also. But it try to tell you say in this layer it deals with only package, you not get anything related to internet thing. You understand? It they give you internet connection, but it help to move the package between computer the way connect. Now, if you see, we get a layer 3. Layer 3 is a network switch now. It functions at the network layer, directing data within a large network. So now, like if we go back and see, this one use MAC address, right? Because a MAC address is a layer 2, which is you use the personal number of the device. Now they use for send messages. For example, this computer here, it gets a MAC address where the manufacturer put. Some look like AB dot dot CD dot dot. You must see them by your phone or your computer or your laptop, right? Now, if this package can inside from this computer to this, it will look inside also for this MAC address. So if you see this MAC address, then you know, so okay, this MAC address belongs to this computer. So it does send the information. That is layer 2 switch. Now, when we talk about a layer 3 switch, it try for deliver the package, not like the, okay, let's go back to that scenario I use when we talk about bridges, right? If we go back, we talk about the scenario I use about bridges, which is transparent bridge. It means when you need to forward the packet to your personal number, which is the MAC address. In real life, your date of birth, which is fixed, right? Which is your personal number, then they use for forward message to you personally. Then when you talk about source bridge, it means your house address. Then they get your house address, then they find the nearest site. So whenever we talk about routing, we're talking about network, right? So which is layer 3. So now it's the similar thing. If you come and see layer 2, it talk about personal, which is MAC address, the personal number of the computer, the device, the switch, the router, right? Now, layer 3 in this case, it only there for network. If you see layer 3, here it said it functions as network layer. It means it's only they send information through the computer in IP address, internet protocol address, which is the network address. In real life, like we make scenario, now your house address, when the person they use for navigate for campaign, now not to your personal address. So if you see the difference here, make I change the color to red. So you see layer 2, if you only need things where you want inside the network, what will they move package for you freely, then you use layer 2, right? Then now, if you want to use like the IP addresses for move things around, which is normally now we use layer 3. So this layer 2 only use MAC address, which is the personal. the personal address of the device. Now, layer 3 use IP address, which is the internet protocol address. It means the network address what they give you. You understand? The network address what they assign to you, with the IT will say like 192.168.1.0. You understand? So the switch would check like who that get this address. The when you find out, it go send them. So we go back, we look at PoE switch, right? This is power over Ethernet switch. This is like it's not like these ones like on managed switch, smart switch, layer 2 switch, you understand, layer 3 switch. These ones, they need current, you need for plug them on. You understand, they need for get current through the switch, you understand, before it come on, you understand. Now, this one, the switch also, they act, because this one, the power what they need, now for only power the switch lay work. Put the switch on and they transmit signal inside for move the data. But then switch they also all not this share current to the cable that we connect to the switch. Get this in mind. On managed switch, smart switch, layer 2 switch, layer 3 switch. These ones, the current what they need when you plug the adapter, now your extension, it only turn the switch on for let it work. Then they lead to current, they transmit signal to the cable that we connect. Now the difference between PoE switch, which is power over Ethernet switch, this switch also they act as adapter. In a sense, if you connect that switch they on, that port where you put the cable. Now, for example, we go back. Let us say this is not the PoE switch, right? This is not the PoE switch, right? Which means power over Ethernet. So when you connect this, let us say this is not your extension. You connect and now the power, right? Now, this switch, this port, now also it is supply current. So for example, if you get CCTV cameras, what you want like power, because we get different type of CCTV cameras. We get the one with the use charger, we get the PoE CCTV camera. So if you connect Ethernet cable on this switch, if in a PoE switch and the camera in a PoE camera, you don't need for give this camera power again, because this cable, they also take power inside the switch for power on this camera. You understand? But let us say it is the normal switch when we talk on managed switch, smart switch, layer 2 switch, all this one. You understand? Let us say this is not the layer 2, the layer 2 switch, right? So the layer 2 switch, when you connect on the AC, which is you don't get power, it only they get current inside the switch for send signal. When you plug something at the port like this cable not get current. Even you take this camera when a PoE camera, you understand? You put another cam on, because this layer 2 switch not designed for supply current. But when you talk about the PoE switch, it means anything when a PoE, because what you get for connect get for mean back when a PoE, meaning say power over Ethernet. Means say for example, let me whip this one. You see, for example, now we're still on the PoE switch, right? So it means if you get camera, you understand, if you make sure that this camera is a PoE camera, it means you don't need charger for this camera. As long as you don't say in a PoE, it means it tells you say power over Ethernet. That means if you put Ethernet cable and connect them to the same switch with a power over Ethernet, it means this switch it get current also from them port they also. So it transmits current, also it transmit data. For example, the USB-C charging cable. You know, see that same cable now they use for charge your phone. Now that same cable back you use back if you want to send something from your phone to the laptop, right? Now in the similarity of this one. So this one in this port, it is send current. It is send current as well as it is send data back. It is send data at the same time. They send data at the same time. So it means if with this switch, this camera now power over Ethernet camera, you don't need adapters because the normal cameras then you need adapter first. You plug them. You understand? You plug in the current. Then you need another cable for CAN port. You understand? So switches like this, you can use any normal switches like layer 2 switch, layer 3 switch, smart switch. You understand? Smart switch. You understand? So that is the PoE switch. Let me make out with this one. So if you see again we come the PoE switch now with this one. So the PoE switch is power over Ethernet switch. So you see what you saying? I see supplies power over Ethernet, ideal for devices like IP cameras. You see? So normally like in the big buildings where they want put cameras, right? You know, say some big buildings they get lots of cameras where you want put. Let us then get 10 cameras, 20 cameras. If you want put all in cameras, then each camera you need for get like charger for them. Not only the charger for each camera, you get for fix plug socket for each one for put on. So in large way where you want install camera, what you buy? You buy a PoE switch. Then the cameras, you buy IP cameras. These IP cameras means all this one forgets network address, which is internet protocol address. So it means you just need long cable. And the good thing about it, the Ethernet cable in they run in the long range. So you don't need for going and put socket again, for put the charger, for put the camera on. So we see you go fix the camera one side, you put that Ethernet cable. Let us use this like say this now one camera this, right? So you do run the camera like now 100 meter. You don't need any charger again for plug for power this camera. Because let us say in a scenario like you need let's say 50 cameras. That means you need 50. That means you need a 50 socket. You understand? You need 50 socket, 50 charger. You understand? So it will take you a lot. But in this case, you just need to buy PoE switch. We get the capacity of amount because if now 20 camera you want install, if you buy a PoE switch when at 24 ports. If not 30 cameras, buy a PoE switch when at 34 ports. You understand? So the only thing you need for do is just to put the camera, run the network cable, you can plug another PoE switch. So this cable, it they give current or put this camera on. It always they capture the image and send them back to the switch. You understand? So now a PoE switch in there for supply power over the cable. That you no need to get lots of adapters, all this stuff. So now the PoE switch, like the other type of switch. So mostly it's used for camera installations, right? Then we get a gigabit switch. It's a gigabit switch provide high data transfer useful in high-end environment. So a gigabit switch is like, normally I prefer this one for leading a data center because you know, say data centers like is a place where you get a lot of servers. So for move documents and fast, imagine say you want download, you understand, you want watch movies. So these movies here, they are stored in data center places like na data center and they keep them files there like from Google, other big data center like Netflix. These na film they would in the store. So they need a gigabit switch. We go move them files there because so many people like, want look movies, so many people want download videos, music. So you need a switch. We'll be able to take them documents from them server, move them out quick. It is the same if your office they deal with lot of document, lot of requests from your office. If they deal with lot of documents out, upload, download, you need a gigabit switch for make it fast. You understand? But if not just a common office, where you just like them just need internet for browse, send email, that's it. You can use layer 2 switch. Also, in the more advanced offices now, you use a layer 3 switch, you understand, for more control. So gigabit switch, it's for speed, for let you get the documents, they move fast. You understand, depending how the usage of the company. Like I give you example, Netflix, say people in the watch film all over the world. So that nigga for look for film, this guy for look for film. So now one server or many servers, so they need some tool, they push them fast, which you ask for they give. That's why you watch Netflix, the other one they watch Netflix without no problem. You understand? So if your office they deal with documents, like in our office where they need for download documents, upload document rapidly, you need a gigabit switch. Then we get a rack mount switch, mount on a server commonly used in data center. So rack mount switch is the same data centers like, but it's almost similar within a trifactor because most of them switch that we'll talk about on managed switch, smart switch, layer 2 switch, layer 3 switch, power over Ethernet switch, gigabit switch, rack mount switch. In a sense, like they use the name rack mount, but even also if you find a rack mount screw, you can put them switch their own name. So in a rack. A rack mean where they hang them, then place the way they see. If they ever go in office, you must see inside how then they put them device there. So something like this one. You will see one there up, another one there, another one there down. In that shelf, what then they pack them. So that shelf what then they pack them, and then they call the rack. You understand? Now in the rack, you see them put all, you see cable connect to this, cable connect to this, and so then connect them, right? Then at the rack mounts, we then they try to talk about. But you can also do that. You can mount them because for a decent installation in office, you're not just going to go put the switch and tap tables on them. You understand? You're not decent. So at least you get small drawers, them small rack mounts the way they put them inside, organize them fine. But in this case, then those call and rack mount switch, normally it's used for server because if you don't see server room, all they mount, you understand? I think it means they fasten inside because they are the data servers them and get the one that we fix them build, not built in, a built in with the rack. But the one that we just mentioned, so on managed switch, smart switch, layer 2, layer 3, power over Ethernet switch, gigabit internet. This one we organize how you buy the rack, you buy the mounts, you screw them inside, organize and fine. So you can pull them. If you want to get problem, you pull them. So in a rack mount switch, it's like this one is built in. You understand? Then build them together with the rack. So it means if anything happen with her, then therefore try for dismantle the whole thing, right? So now we talk about rack mount already. So let us talk about the desktop switch. It's a compatible and suitable for home or switch. You understand? So it's a normal one again when you just put on top of the desk. You understand? But normally, like we put them in the rack also. Then you get a modular switch. It's customizable with various modules for scalability and flexibility, right? So it's the same, but this have a modules. Modules mean the type of cards, the type of connection with it. You understand? Which is if you want to upgrade them, like now we most of the students and don't can now, so you get the ports for put USB slots, SPF connectors, those things we will talk about in as we go on. So now we don't talk about the type of switches, so we'll move to the next slide. So now we talk about routers, right? So you see routers, a routing controls how data package move from source destination and ensure efficient and reliable delivery. It can be done in the following two ways: static or dynamic routing. Routers direct data between networks, often connecting LANs to internet. The type includes static. So in this case, we talk about routers. So like he said, it's a router, it moves the packages from destination to destination. The routing control. So in in charge. In the sense like when you want to send something, in the organizer, in control. like which package way for go to this, which package way for go to this. Like for example, let's use the DHL, right? So when you go you go deliver package na DHL, then get a different type of way wouldn't they deliver. Then go for sort the packages. The things that way be seen are fragile until they broke, then get your way how then the package am. Then we will identify the address, they identify the postal code for delivery. You understand? So in a way that they get most way, like here we say we get static or dynamic routing. So for DHL, they will tell you, so, okay, will they deliver and through the road, or we go through the air for delivery, right? So now they try to talk. Then they in control, and then they check. This in they in control. This allow for ship. This not allow for ship. This society go. Then sort them out. Then they find the easiest way. Then tell you which way. So you they choose which way you want to live. So they're always in charge for look, just like customs. You understand? So let us use custom in this way. That's the way we load the cam inside. And the custom first they receive them. Then the custom they watch if this is legal, illegal, it's allowed, you need license for being the country. So all and stuff there. If the custom don't check them, say this is okay. If for kind side the country, this is illegal, this get the legal permit, then you allow because all goods, even at DHL they ship and before you enter any country, custom need for take all the goods, check within the inside if it na illegal stuff, na legal stuff. If illegal but you need some paperwork for do from some permission, then after the process from custom, then they release her inside the country. So if they send back for normal human being when you travel, you need for good border control, right? And check your passport, check if you get the necessary papers, necessary permits, if you are allowed, if you need visa, you don't need visa, not visa free before they allow you. So it's the use of the routers, right? This is the control, like passport control. Any tool the cancel your network. We get control over this also with the manager, which would they allow. Just like certain country, they allow certain goods for kind size, certain goods not for kind size. It's the same for passport control. Certain citizen will enter certain country, certain citizen no allow for enter inside that country. So this is the using the network. So this na in the main to the internet. Any tool common at the internet, it kaya. So when you enter now, these are the same, all they're all the same. Don't get confused. This normally we use them for get internet, but it's also a router also, right? But these are the main one we use. We get control, we configure all these ones. So this is not the internet, right? This is not the internet connect to this. So now this now you company router. Now do a clear illustration of this one. So let us say this is not the internet, right? Now you connect the internet to this box. Now this now you company router. Sometimes we get a firewall. Firewall means a security, right? Where they control, check everything if it's allowed. If this not possible, we know as safety, not to hacker, and one can disturb. So we they give all these thing control. We get what we call ACL, access control list. It's normally a rules when we they give the router say so and so person no allow for kind inside this router or inside the organization. Then it is set the rules again, say so and so worker no forget access for go through for browse Facebook, TikTok. That's why most company where they work, if you are using company laptop, phones for browse social media, you see say the site not the work because the IT engineer don't set them inside the access control list, waiting get permission for kind side. So this is like the border control. So anything they come, it need for be checked by this one with the firewall. We get also within we call firewall. So normally it's supposed to be from the router, then we get a firewall. Let us say we use this for the firewall. Firewall is not the one with the block. You mean security. When they scrutinize, check everything, and then they put your rule. So let us say this now from the company. So you get your firewall. Now you mean security. Now they all the rules then they. who is not allowed, waiting the user not allowed for access outside the company, right? So a router is like the border for you to understand within a router. Router is like a border security or border control, or we use them like in a package section. It's like the custom, any to the kind size. So like let us say you company in the country, right? Then your router na the border control, na the custom. So any to the kind side, so the outside wall, na the internet. So any goods for the kind side country, if in a shipment, the custom the holder, then the custom the check. Is this good allowed for like kind side the country? If yes, okay, they let them in. If this good is legal, even illegal for kind side the country, but if you need some paperwork, permit, license like medicine, normally when they ship medicine, you need some paperwork before you allow, right? So the custom they check that, make sure everything. If anything are illegal, custom not they allow, and they seize them and destroy them. It's the same for border control, those security, immigration security. It's the same to when they go to any country, if they meet border control, they actually passport. Then they check if your own citizenship allowed for inside this country or not. If you are allowed for come, then go check again. Even you are allowed, they allow for get visa on arrival, or you're supposed to get visa, then go check if not visa free also. So in a right sense, router, in the way you understand them, it's like the custom officer for your country. So your business na your country, custom officer na they scrutinize everything before you can inside. Then the border patrol, immigration officer, they scrutinize everything for you. So now we have two types of routing, which is the static routing, is also known as non-adaptive routing, which does not change the routing table unless the network administrator changes or modify it manually. You understand? So, for example, the static route is say like it fixed. Just for example now, immigration control, right? When you go immigration, waiting the government tell them say these are the things you're supposed to look for. This person not for come, this person not for come. The immigration officer the nine they stick to. That's why you say static. Static means fix. It means waiting the IT administrator or the network administrator don't put, tell them the rules. Like maybe let us say we configure the ACL, which is access control list, right? Tell them certain rules and regulations, which computer, which data for talk, if the employees get right for access anything out of the company, then no browse social media. That's rules. It is stay fixed na the router. It not the change. It not the change. The router not the change, right? We don't control, we don't configure the ACL. It did a fix in a static route. In a sense, now the routes we don't show and say communicate with this, communicate with this. So if anything come from the outside wall, send them to this. You understand? Send them to the switch we'll talk about. So from the switch, then they go look for the MAC address and distributor. Ain't not they change nothing. Unless you see notified it manually. Unless we come, we edit whatever configuration or access list we put inside, right? Now, you see, he said waiting. It does not use complex routing algorithm, right? It provides high or more security than dynamic because it fix waiting at tell and I they do. They go beyond, they go beyond for say, I assume the government say this, what about we do this now? So they strict, this is waiting the government say, and they do fix, unless the government come back and change. So in static routing, when we don't set the principle, say, any tool they come on the internet, and so you are like can through. Like pass through my router, from my router, like pass through my firewall, for protect me, for check them, for everything is legal. Then after I pass all my requirements, then send and can down to the switch. Then the switch will send them to the right person. Then also, my employees then, who that they work for me, who that they in the office, not allow them to use social media. Then they not go TikTok, then they not go Facebook, right? So when you don't configure that, it fixes. The device not to change nothing, it fixed. Unless you come back and change, so, okay, now let the workers able to use social media, you change the configuration, right? That is what we mean by the static routing, how it operates. Or maybe any tool they come, let not come through the firewall again. This, let bypass the firewall. This, let not connect to the firewall. Let this server does the firewall. So you see, the advantage of this one is like no CPU overheats on router. Cheap routing can be used. You understand? Measure, secure, only the administrator controls all the routers. So like the network administrator now get control everything, just like the government. Now they get control. What they say, they say. You understand? Then the bandwidth, you no go burn too much data, right? Because people are not going to go no more na YouTube, go Facebook, then does the browse, the watch film. They're not going to burn you data, your network data na the company. But the disadvantage is like it's manually. You understand? So if in a big company now, you see disadvantage, manually adding routings in a large network. So if in a big network now, you need to go each of these routers do the configuration manually. That is the downside of it. You understand? Secondly, of the disadvantage, he said it requires a detailed knowledge of the network topologies. So it means in this format, let us say, make I clear this one. What is the driver talking? It requires detailed knowledge of the network topology. Topology is like who you get house plan. So it means if you get so many houses, you want to join them together. It means that not the host got for understand you. That host first host in plan. How many front door you get? How many back door you get? How many road connect to that? So topology means the plan. You need for get the details of the network topology. Meaning this device waiting connect behind this. Waiting connect behind this. A computer, na server, waiting connect behind this. Na firewall. It get for understand. So in a very big network, you're not able to do this because you need to give information of everything we connect behind everything. So now it tells you get forget the details for no say your router and a firewall connects the behind the firewall, you get your server, behind the firewall, you get your switch, behind the switches, you get this network. So it get for understand the structure. Now the type of talk say it requires detailed knowledge of the network topology. So again, he said no administrator must learn all the routes to configure them correctly. So let us say you get new person, right? In the static route, it's difficult. If in a new person come, this person get for understand one, waiting connect BNF in a firewall, the port, the IP address to this port, then the IP address to this port for the firewall. You get for understand this. The IP address in a server connect BNF. So each of everything we connect to everything, this new points when they assign, get for understand this, understand the map of it. Like builders then say the plan or the plan of the house. In the computer we say topologies is the plan. Know each way connects to each of everything. Know the IP address of each device we connect to make them communicate. So the new administrator it get for know that way. So it's a tedious thing. So imagine saying a big network, you understand, a big company, then get past how many routers, 10, 15, 20. So it's a lot. That is the downside of it, right? So once again, for just a recap. So in we own term for let you understand, a router, it's like you custom, you country, now you network where you protect as network administrator. Because you want to let your network or the company where you work for be safe. Because lots of criminal hackers then defend vulnerable companies where they enter, steal informations, ask for ransom. So you after the actors, it acts as a protection, right? So they scan everything, what is legal, what is not illegal. Even if it is legal, if you get a second option, you need for understand Dande back. You understand? You need for do Dande. So you need for do Dande, right? So the router control everything with the cam, check everything. So you get two types, static route. We talk about static routing. So static route means the rules, how you organize the thing, how you set the things, the rules where you give, how everything for work, how everything for operate, it no will ever change. Then strict to that. You understand? So mostly it's advisable for small companies, right? For small networks. It not will change unless you change it. But the downside is like in a manual, if in a big companies, you get for doing by yourself all over again. You need for learn the patterns, how these connect, how then they connect. So the new one where you go set up or you communicate to that. You understand? Then if in a new person and they are assigning you for learn all these things, right? So that is router. That is a static route. So now if we go to the next slide, talk about dynamic routes. So dynamic router, this is the routing is also known as adaptive routing, which automatically updates the routing tables whenever there is a change in the network topology. So now you see, dynamic is advisable, say, before using for big network. In this case, this one, when you don't set dynamic routing configuration, you no need for worry. Immediately you plug in a new device, in they pick up that device, they say certain things don't connect, right? So you don't need for go. For example, now static route, if you put switch, you need for go, you do the configuration, tell and say I don't put switch, and they assign the switch, this part, this pin, this IP address. So any tool you attach in a static route, you understand? So it's like the government say, this thing's not for coming. You need for go back to those people or call them, give them, you need for pass laws, you need for pass the policy, whatever thing in parliament, then validate, then give them people there, whether not the police, whether not the immigration, right? You need for do all these things, right? For let them approve the law, whatever things. In this case, that is static route. So you see, you need to go lot of things. Anything you want to do, you need verification from the parliament, approval, then before it works. Now for dynamic, it's simple, say, these are the rules, you understand? Anything we change, una they know. We no need again for go all the old rules for tell this, ask this. But anything we change, una they know. With the update una. So immediately for dynamic route, when you don't build your topology, let us say your topology, this is router, then this is now you firewall this, then this now you switch, right? So if I connect computer now right now, the routing table they know. The routing table means its address, things the way they keep like how for waka or meet this person. Now, okay, let us say now, let us say scenario, let's use a Freetown, right? Everybody they PZ. Now, computer connects with the, let us say, Lumley, right? So routing table mean, this routing table means say one computer don't connect to a Lumley. So immediately they keep this information and find the easiest way from PZ for go Lumley. So it means when you don't keep this record of this computer, it will find the easiest way for forward information. Anything information can inside for this person, it is show. So let us use again for the immigration. So now the law done they say this citizen for can inside the country. So immediately the person come, everything in the system. As then tap in passports, they don't say okay, this citizen is allowed. So then just they say go. They don't click your record already. Or maybe like the more advanced gates now than they do, way mostly for Europeans. You scan your passports for e-gate. You don't need for C immigration officer because the database don't keep all the informations of people. And so that's why you see where you go, you snap fingerprint. It means you don't need again for go to immigration officer, check you, ask you questions, stamp all those things. So if you look at that two scenarios there, going to the immigration officers, ask you questions, what your passport, stamp you, it's like a static route. So we need for do that they do configuration for the routers, IP address, assign them. You understand? That is static route. But dynamic route now is like the e-gate now airport now. The European system now, everybody don't take the information, don't put in one database, which is it all over the world. So if you're a European citizen, you get passport, you don't need anything. Just walk to the e-gate. You don't need for see any immigration officer for ask you question, then they begin stamp your passport, just go scan your passport, snap, and you don't enter the country. That is dynamic route. So when you set everything in dynamic route, so in a big company, the more the company they add devices, you don't get a lot for do. So you just plug, the system don't pick and say, okay, one computer don't plug with this IP address. So we don't recognize it. This computer don't plug, this router don't plug, this other switch don't plug. So immediately then they pick them up, then record them at the table. So they know now how to reach that new person. But in static route, you need for go to the first one, come and do the configuration to this new one, then it will recognize the first one. The first one need for get new configuration and recognize the new one. You understand? So in dynamic route is much easier for bigger. You understand? So if you see, he said, when changes occurs, router exchange messages and recalculate the route to ensure updates routing information is shared across the network. So immediately all the routers then they share information. So okay, this don't connect, this don't connect. So they're able to see how this connect. So they try for no say if this connects to another switch here, this now they notice say now Obaya connect. So it check if anything connects to this. So this they keep the record say, okay, for reach to this now and need for can through this, they are reach here. So they inform this also back say new router don't connect now the other side now. So if you want to reach this new router, you can't through me, then I will connect you, right? So if you then put another router now, so you see this don't connect. So this side they take the information say new router don't connect now the other no. So if you want to reach this, come meet me. Then this guy will send message back to this say, you understand? Let me do something clear so you understand what I say. So now in dynamic route, right? This another router don't connect. Then another router connect na this side. So immediately disconnect this one, they tell this one, I'll change the color pen. This one, they tell this say another router don't connect na my side. So if you want, you will come through me, then I will send them through this person. So if another router connect here to this one, they inform this again. They inform this one, right? They inform, let us say they inform 1. So let us say they'll take this say as number 2. So if number 2, another one connects with number 3, let's use number 4, right? So let us say number 2, number 3 don't connect to one. So number 2, they can't tell number 1 say another router don't connect to me on the other hand, which is number 3. So if you want anything, send them to me, I will send them to number 3. Then number 1, they come and talk to number 4, say another router don't connect to number 2 when I'm number 3. So if you want anything, the easiest route, you go reach me, then I will send them to number 2. Number 2 will send them to number 3, right? So you see, this is dynamic route. So anything, if we continue, say another one connect, let us say this be number 5. So the communication they go say, they only communicate, say 3 they tell 2, 2 they tell 1, 1 tell 4. So now they all know say na so the thing connect. So you see the pattern when I do here. When if this now call topologies. So if in a static route, let us see if in a static route we do. In a static route, let's use the blue. If in a static route now, if I want put another one, I call it 6, right? I need for configure this number 6. I tell and say this 90 number 5. Let notice and this 90 number 3. Let notice and number 2. Let notice and number 1. Let notice and number 4. Let notice. That is 1. I need for do the same thing. This 5 for recognize 6 configuration. Then this 5 again for recognize 3. So you do the whole thing. All this for configure and for let all recognize 6. But in the other scenario we just see, in a dynamic for a big thing, immediately you connect them, then they inform themselves, they update them. So now in a dynamic routing. So for a recap, so router, for you to understand a router, when they say a router is like a border security, right? Where you scrutinize the country where you want to enter in your company. because everybody they protect in company, like immigration officer from terrorists. They know anybody for can bomb the place, spoil the place. So it's the same duty you get as a network administrator. Protect your company, make sure they safe, then document they safe, everything where the company rely on they safe and protected, right? So now you router the act as that. Anything they come on at the internet, you router the check them, they send them to a firewall. The firewall now another security. For example, you know, so when you enter a country, immigration officer can allow you enter. But when you enter the country, they can meet police there. So in a scenario in the real world, let us say the immigration officer, now you router, now you don't allow you, say you allow for Canada the country, but also the firewall for protect the country as police. So the police they again they watch you for anything you want to do wrong, they click you up, right? So that is the use of a router. Check, scrutinize, make sure say anything they can inside the country illegal. Then make sure say anything where you say get inside the country, then do not do anything bad outside will go affect your country, your citizen. That means say your employees. If you don't want to let them do one or bad things like not browse the internet, then not go social media, you did do them again, right? So, but we get different type. We get a static route. A static routing means the fixed rules where you set. So if a static route, anything you do, you need for go and tell these people and change them back, change what you say, add new. If not new, you add. If you want change, you edit to change, right? You need for go to everybody and add new, right? But now we're talking about dynamic route. Dynamic route is like you fix one procedure where anytime you change something, everybody they notice say you don't change. Anytime you add something, everybody they know say you don't add. So that is the difference between dynamic and static routes. You understand? So the advantages for a dynamic is like automatic routes updated, then efficient path selection. So it means you get a lot of path in the way the person they choose. You understand? For move things around. You understand? You get scalability. Scalability mean in the future the company will add. You get platform for hard. If you then get new computers, new printers, new workers, then those they add they go. But in a static, the scalability route is it's not flexible, right? It's not too complex. Then it reduce manual configuration. So dynamic, the manual configuration you don't need for be there all the time. So immediately you connect one, the other one show, right? So fault tolerance is automatic reroute traffic in a link. So it means fault tolerance is like this one way we do so. If we disconnect this way, and disconnect this way, we get what we call like mesh topology, right? But this one reach 2. If this line break, one they come and use 3, 4 and reach 2. You understand? So it allowed fault tolerance. So automatically they notice that this other side for pass for go under, it get problem. So it immediately use the other road where it know. It use them, it can, at the advantage than they. So now let's talk about the disadvantage. So the disadvantage is high bandwidth usage. In this case, it they use a lot of bandwidth, and it's like a lot of internet because you go for supply all those connection, right? Because this one connect this side, this one connect on the right, this one connect on the left. So we need a lot of internet for work on the two hands name. You understand? Less secure. But the security is like vulnerable to attack because there are so many ways. And if routing updates are not properly secure, right? So you get to make them more secure, complex configuration. It requires understanding of routing configuration properly. So it gets a difficult configuration, but you need to understand them. When you do your configuration right, you're safe. Then you have a slower convergence that it takes time to update. It takes time to update routes after a network change. It takes time, you understand? So if you change something, it takes time because they all go for updates to each other. So you see resources intensive. It use more CPU and memories because in these cases, because these routers also they get memories, it's like a computer because you need for be updating, keeping record, it they alert 24/7 because it is scan for know if anything new. You understand? If anything new, right? So that is the disadvantage of dynamic routes. So we have a gateway. So a gateway, a gateway connects network, whilst a router typically deliver a data, a data, a data within a network. Historically, gateways and router has been separate device. So what did they try for talk here is like it's a similarity thing back then, but now it's different. So a gateway is like the gateway is like this one. If you see this one, a gateway is like this one. It means a gateway is the way to the internet. And this one, it is given by you ISPs, internet service provider. So let us say you go take internet. They can't give you this one. You must get a small router from the ISP company, no matter which company where you be. You must go take internet now, the ISP, which is internet service provider company. When they can, they give you this thing, small thing like this. Always na the gateway because na in the ISP they give you, the internet service provider they give you, for let you get internet facility out of your company because since now then they control internet, now then get access for internet, now in they give you. You understand? Just like a mobile internet. For you for access mobile internet, the telecommunication will give you SIM card. Without the telecommunication in SIM card, you not be able to access the internet. So in this case, now in this scenario, the same way if you want your phone, you want internet, you they choose the telecommunication what you want. You go buy, let us say, Airtel, Africell, then it will give you the internet. So we get a SIM. So in this case, it's the same. Any internet service provider you choose, then they give you this router. Now this router they use just like you SIM way they use with the number what they give. This also get number what we call IP address what they give. Now you able to use the internet. So this is the gateway. You understand? So if you see, for example, here, this is the gateway, right? And this is the router. And this is the internet. Normally it works like this. The gateway is from the ISP. Then you add your own behind the ISP. So like you put your router what we just talk, you put your rules them behind here. You put your firewall also. You put your firewall behind there, right? So this it give you internet. So it means like we get internet, but it also it don't give you internet. Like not all kind internet we want our company. So that's why we add the router behind the gateway of the ISP. Then this router now do the put rule say since we get internet, sift the internet, we need good internet, correct internet, right? We put firewall behind. So now in the gateway is however it becomes more common. Now with this one. It said, however, it becomes more common for their functions to be combined and simply call a router, right? For example, the Wi-Fi routers commonly provide for home. So now you see, this one wouldn't do so. It acts as both. So now in your house, so you see, if now you host now before you have a gateway, then you have a router. So now, as it's saying now they don't belong in. This small one now you also know with the ISP they give, they act at two. Now then at the gateway, now at the router. So that's why if you get this also, you look behind, then they give you username and password. They also give you access for change the password, change the username, give them command them also. So the user now two as one. So if you go take internet like Seratel, which is I know say from Salona, then they give internet connection, then they give this small one. This one now not two in one, not to like trade. Back then, they get this special. gateway. Then you get the router special. Now then blend these two together now. So this one thing, they act as this, the gateway, which is they use where the ISP, the internet service provider, don't configure for like get access to the internet, so then they provide. Then you also get a permission for configuring how you want to behave now you host. You understand? So that is gateway. But back then it was a separate thing. You have a gateway, then you have a router that you connect to the internet, right? This is not the ISP they give, but now you just blend them together. So you have a type like this, you have a type like this one, right? So that is a gateway. So a gateway is within your ISP they give you, let you get access to the services within they offer you. So like I give you example, if you buy your phone, you need the internet on your phone. In any kind way you need for buy phone, there is SIM card. So now you would choose Africell, Airtel. When you buy that, they give you the SIM. So in that case, the SIM now you gateway. So not only then they give you then they tell you the configuration for the internet. So that is the configuration for the gateway. Let you browse, let you connect to the internet. You need for the configuration of the phone, right? So that is the gateway. Also, you see, say you get restriction over your internet. You able put your mobile data off, you put it on, you able connect hotspot. Now the same for this one here. So the internet service provider getting configuration who will connect you to the internet service. Then you also get option for change your Wi-Fi password, all those things. So that is gateway. So gateway is what within the internet service provider they give you for able connect to the internet. So anything where you want to add, you they add and beyond. That's why if you look at the back of it, you get one where they say internet ports, LAN ports, which is local area network. It means anything where you want to connect now, you connect and beyond it. So you connect your own router, switches, then you set your rules. So anything they come out from the ISP now they cannot use, you get how you know how to filter them. You don't tell your own device the way you put behind, right? So that is a network gateway. So let's talk about network interface card. So network interface card is a hardware component enable a computer or any device to connect to the internet. So this is simple. Every device, like I say, you forget every device, as long as you need internet, you get a wireless card, a network card, whether now wired or wireless. For example, the phone get network card. A network card where they allow the phone for connect to internet, where they help the phone for connect to Wi-Fi. You understand? That's why you see some phone that is the phone they connect to the internet, to the phone they connect to Wi-Fi, the phone they connect to Bluetooth. Now that card they would inside. And that card they get a unique number where all device get. So if any device they go for using internet, it gets this still they call network card. Whether na cable they use, whether na Wi-Fi. So in normal cases for phone, na network card when na wireless then get. Because you know they use cable for connect to the Wi-Fi. You just they use your Wi-Fi, you connect for phone, right? Another device like tablets, na the same. Then a Wi-Fi network card then get. But for big computers, get two and get wired, which is cable, where they use cable for putting internet for that network card. The second one, they also use the wireless for connect to internet, right? But if you see, let us say for NIC stand for network interface card, and it is also known as network card, network adapter, the Ethernet card for wired network. So if in a cable they use, we normally call it Ethernet card, right? So he said network interface card is a major, so it's a very major essential component. It's very useful. Without this thing, not they connect. That's why you see when you get your phone, they connect to the internet, they connect to the Wi-Fi. You see my phone, they work, they connect to the internet, you go find solution, right? You fix the card. So you said here, you said the network interface card can be a circuit board or expansion card installed in a computer or PC. Right? So it's in a for computer, It's either na one big card, but I will show now the picture later. Either na one big card for laptop it dey inside, the expansion card. Expansion card sometimes at the side, just the plug and pull. You understand? Or maybe they put her inside for laptop. If you get laptop, we get Wi-Fi. You know the CD card. Then bill her inside, which is the circuit board, the socket board, right? Then if in a big computer you get, usually they plug the cable always for internet. You will see an expansion card. You can change them. You can pull them and put, right? You say the network card operates at what? Physical layer. Physical layer means you get a physical device. You get cable now physical. The card itself now physical. I the type of say because it sends signal. Then you also operate in layer 2. Layer 2 means na MAC address they use. That means the unique address. We don't really talk about. We talk about switch. Switch now layer 2 because they use MAC address. We talk about bridges. Bridges they use layer 2, which is transparent bridge. They use layer 2 because a MAC address they use for transparent bridge, which is the other one they use routing, which is network, right? So for the network interface card, it work into physical layer and they work at data link because physical layer means you need the physical device, the cable, the card itself. Data layer means the MAC address of that device they use. That a personal address where the company will build them gear. So let's see the next slide, then you will see waiting at the triphoto, the pictures, the images. So you see this, you must don't see this being a computer. Now a card, this one, not the same. You must not see something behind the computer. If you get computer, look behind the big one. You must see something like this behind. You get this slot. The big, if you get big desktop computer, if you get the old type laptop, some old type laptop gets the same connection, the same kind port. If you get old laptop, just look behind because the recent laptop then are not getting. You understand? This is not the network interface card. This is not the expansion card. If you put them, you pull them, if you put more advanced one, more one we get speed, you change them. You understand? So if you see the diagram, this all computer for get this is not for the big computer desktop. You see how you get now they will connect internet. Then you see now the internet will connect to the computer and the server. You see this now for the laptop. Most laptop now this now the wireless card this for laptop. Wireless card. This one now for laptop. So this one is built inside the laptop. This small one you see so. Now the laptop wireless card. That's why you know the see I'm outside. But for old laptop, you must see this slot. This slot. So that they put cable. For big desktop, you see this thing behind. If you open it, you see something like this one, right? So for laptop, now the network card is on a wireless. That's why we get your laptop, you connect to the Wi-Fi. Maybe if your laptop no get this port, they must get on this wireless card inside. So this now also now wireless adapter. You understand? If your laptop no get this, right? Meaning you know they take Wi-Fi, you can go and buy this one and put it on the side. And put it on the side and connect to the Wi-Fi because it's a wireless adapter. You can just put on a USB side, or you can buy this. If your laptop not get this inside for catch Wi-Fi network, you can buy this. This is a wireless card. Put on the USB, then you connect. And also the big computers, you know, so normally they not get Wi-Fi. The desktop computer, you can always use. You can also use all this number 1. You can also use the number 2 for the big computer, and also this number 3 for big computer. You can buy them and install them inside. You understand? So we talk about now. We talk about These are the essential things you need. These are the main things what you need for connect. The main things what you need for connect to the internet. All of the things what we explain. These are the most essential things. So without these things, all we explain, you're not able to connect to the internet. So we need a wireless card. You understand? You need a router. You need a repeater. You need a hub. You need a network interface card, wired or wireless, right? So we end the class here for today. We will continue again in the next class, type of network. So don't forget to subscribe, like, click the subscribe button and click the notification bell. So anytime we upload new video, you will get informed. Thank you. Bye.